All right, y'all. I'm gonna try my best to do maybe like a 20-minute video of my experience at BMT and what to expect. And I've watched other videos where they talk about this and that. So I'm gonna try my best to kind of steer away from them and get straight to the nitty gritty on where I notice people have failed the most in BMT. And I was an element leader, so I had to do a lot. Not really as much as a dorm chief, because I actually was a dorm chief and then became an element leader. Anyway, I'm gonna get straight to the point. 0 week is not gonna be that bad for you. 0 week, you're gonna be getting used to things. I don't think you're gonna be doing any kind of tools or getting smoked, and that's whenever you will learn what timelines are week 1. So whenever you get to your initiation, you go from week 0, then you actually be dropped off with your MTI. So they do a little thing where you all form up in your flight, you stand there, and then your week 0 MTIs will stand there. Then here comes your other MTIs that are going to be with you all the way to week 7, and they're going to basically salute each other, pass off the flight. They say, I think they go like this, take control of the flight. He goes, take control of the flight. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. And then your week 0 MTI walks off. So, and then they're then the main guy you may proceed or something. I forgot what it was because they're week 0. And right after that, they turn around, they about face to them right here. They hit that about face. And then, pick up your damn bags. They're yelling at you. You will not expect this. So you ain't gonna be ready for that. But whenever you take your bags, you get up to your dorm, you can empty the whole duffel bag on your bed, and you got timeline, 15 seconds to separate this, do this. And if you don't make that timeline, you're getting smoked. And that's whenever you're doing push-ups, flutter kicks. And let me tell you, the flutter kicks with the BMT issue boots suck. They weights on your feet. You over here got your feet out and they're trying to pull down. You go 1, 2, 3, and that's how it works. Your flutter kicks, you go like this. 1, 2, 3, and you yell 1, 1, 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. So he's the one calling the cadence, and you're over here just yelling on 4, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, it sucks. You'll eventually get better and get used to it. But then there's another thing where in between your wall locker, and they call it the inspection side of your bed, they're over here, inspection side of your bed, you run, boom. And what you're yelling at the same time they say this is proceeding, sir. So inspection side of your bed, you go, it's proceeding, sir. Inspection or wall locker, go, proceeding, sir. Inspection side of your bed, proceeding, sir. Wall locker, and you're just running back. It's like suicide. You're not going very far. But depending on who your MTI is, you're sweating. Later during the week, you're gonna get tooled even harder. So beat the timelines. I'll give y'all some tips and tricks on that. So whenever it comes to showers, it's pretty simple. You usually got 15 minutes to shower. You'll figure out who the fastest guys are. So the fastest guys, you have EC duty, which you're staying at the front door. So the EC guys have to be relieved after other people take a shower. Have your fastest guys at EC whenever, have your fastest guys relieve either A, put them in the shower first, and they relieve the guys on EC, or have your fastest guys relieve the 2 EC guys at the front, have them go. That way your fastest guy, 3 minutes left, will be out the shower and dressed. And when I mean dressed, for your timelines, don't worry about throwing your damn socks on. Don't worry about throwing your damn shoes on. Simply throw your underwear on, your shorts or pants, depending if you're wearing OCPs, and your shirt, tuck them in, boom. You can rip the signs down because they have what's called shower and changing signs, right? So the EC guy's gonna go, shower changing signs going up. Everybody repeats it in the dorm. Shower changing signs going up. So you have 15 minutes, and then you want to beat that timeline, or else you just wasted the shower, because whenever the MTIs come in and say, oh, you broke my timeline, get the inspection side of your bed, boom, running back and forth, push-ups, doing flutter kicks, you're getting tooled, it sucks. So the best thing I could say is simply have your shirt, your shorts, and your underwear on. Don't worry about the socks too much. Have your shit tucked in too, because especially if you have female MTI, she's gonna be go to your damn latrine, which is what, get used to saying that too. latrine. That is what the restroom is called in BMT. It's called the latrine. They're going to tell you that week 0 right when you come in. If you want to learn that, go ahead and learn it now. But that's the first thing for that timeline. Then you have details, or dust downs, and you have details. So dust downs, if they pass out rags to your bed, and they have a script that they'll read, and then you have one guy, usually one very loud person, yelling it, and they're going to be like, prepare for dust downs, and they'll say tops of wall walkers and chairs, 20 seconds go, and you'll repeat 20, 19, 18. It goes all the way to 1, 2, 1, done, sir, done. And anyway, you're gonna be wiping with a green rag the ground, your bed, stuff like that. But every day at the end of the day is pretty much going to be the same. You're going to go to chow, you're going to get your protein bar. Some people are going to do things differently. You keep it in your pocket, and you're going to go back, you're going to do your dust downs, details. Usually your order might be different. We did showers first, and then we did dust downs, then we did details, and then usually we went to the day room for our evening brief. That's whenever MTI brings us in there. He's having you sign your 341s that you had pulled that day. So you'll sign those if you have one pulled, and then you pretty much go do your hygiene. Then you hit the bed. 9 o'clock, 2100 is bedtime. I'm gonna tell you right now, do not get caught messing around after bed. Usually the captains will come in of your squadron after hours. So usually they wait 5-10 minutes. So you might have roughly 5 minutes after lights out to get to bed. But if you're out there 20 minutes after lights out, you're gonna have a 341 pulled. And let me tell you, you get a 341 pulled, your MTIs probably in that morning are gonna wake you up, and you're gonna get tooled straight out of bed. And another thing, they don't recommend it, but I've always done this. In the morning, I never sleep in. You're either waking up at 5 o'clock on an early wake up day or 5:15. I'm always the guy in there, shave my face at 4:30, brush my teeth. And eventually y'all start making your beds early. I make my bed sometimes by myself at lights out, but sometimes you have the other person know, you two make their bed, you two make your bed. So you see a person that's up on the same thing as you, make their bed, make your bed, and then you'll learn your MTI. Some MTIs say make your beds, then do hygiene in the morning. Some are do your hygiene and then make your bed. Me, I'm a fan of making your bed first, just because some people take longer to do hygiene than the other person. So then you're waiting for because you have to go when you're awake. You can't make a bed yourself. Always two to a bed. You will get yelled at if you're trying to make the bed by yourself. So it makes it easier when everybody is awake, or everybody is not doing hygiene. So you can make your beds and then do hygiene. When all the beds are done, you can start doing hygiene. I'll tell you right now, one of the best ways that we've done it is you have A Bay and B Bay. Have B Bay do their hygiene while A Bay is making beds, and then you'll flip. That's the best way I've noticed we do it. And if you're gonna be an element leader or dorm chief, do it that way. I'm telling you, because we used to actually take everybody into one bay at a time, double up on beds, then we'd all move to B Bay. But I noticed it's way faster if you have one bay do hygiene, one bay make beds, and it flips. So there's that in the morning, and then you have what's called assembly. So the best thing you can do is make your beds, do your hygiene, and do dust downs before assembly. The assembly, you would go down at 6 o'clock. So right now, this was a winter schedule I was in. So winter schedule, we would work out. PT would be 15:30. So that's gonna be 3:30. We was doing PT. It was kind of sucked because I'll eat a big ass lunch, and then I'm over here sometimes running, trying not to throw up, or doing sit-ups, trying not to throw up. But now, if you go in the summertime, you're gonna be doing PT at 6 o'clock. So the best thing y'all can do before going to PT is at least get your beds made, your hygiene done, and dust downs, and you can start details if you're fast enough. But assembly is gonna go with PT hand in hand. So you get into your flight, you go out there, you have your guide on bear, find the spot you're gonna follow, your MTI is gonna run you, and basically the way the chant goes is you're gonna go double time, arch, hold your hands right here, you're gonna go left, left, lefty, right, left, 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 lefty, right, left, right, stay in step. And you all chant back after he says it. But make sure you're on step or else they'll chew you out. It's pretty simple. Left, left. You're saying left, right. It's that simple. But anyway, you're gonna go out there. That's where you do assembly, and that's whenever you repeat the Airman's Creed together. You repeat the Air Force song, and then you're gonna do your squadron chant. I was Wolfpack, so ours goes Wolfpack. We go lead the way, Wolfpack. Pretty simple. You just have to listen, but that's how the morning's gonna start. And I'm gonna go over some 341s where I noticed people messed up the most. And the most mess up was moving at attention. You should already know how to go to attention. You know, heels together, 45-degree angle. Take your hands, pinch your fingers in like that, close them. Fingers go like this. I had to turn the camera down, but you just point your thumb down the seam of your trousers, point them straight down, pinch, pull your knuckles into your pockets, right? So your hands face like this, and these knuckles are touching your trousers. Stand like this, and then what I notice people mess up the most is moving at attention. They'll be over here scratching their shoulder or adjusting their cover. Like, if you want to do that, you already at attention, ask your MTIs. It's simple. Like, and that's another thing. Report and statement. Get used to saying them. It's not that hard. Like, eventually, you're going to notice, like, week 6, week 7, it's simple. You're saying it like nothing. You're going to be like, sir, you know, I'm just go off my name. You have to insert your name. But, sir, training lane reports is ordered. So I'm looking at my MTI right now, right? Not moving, right? Sir, training lane reports is ordered. What do you want, training lane? Sir, permission to adjust. Reason, I need to adjust my cover, or I need to hydrate. And usually if you're all at attention and you hadn't hydrated in a minute, if you ask to hydrate, they're going to be like, he's going to go to attention, at ease. So the whole flight is going to go at ease, and everyone can start drinking water. But me, simply, if I ask just to adjust my cover or something, or you know, something else, I don't know, maybe fix my laces or something, permission to adjust, you got a reason. And I'm like, well, he's going to be like, why? Don't move when they say why. Tell them why. I need to adjust my cover. Proceed. You know, they're going to tell you, and you proceed, and you just simply go back to attention. And another thing is, a lot of people don't know how to give a reporting statement. It's simple. Trainee, whoever, reports as ordered. Then say what you need to say. I mean, a lot of people, it's in their head. Like, they kind of get nervous when they go talk to the MTI. I mean, I kind of remember how I was 0 week. I was usually pretty good about it. Sometimes I caught myself, you know, slipping my words a little bit. Just fix it. But, you know, eventually you get better at it. Don't just stand there and look crazy, though. Like process it in your head before you say it. Because then when you say, you know, like the third trainee report, you know, you're going to be like, huh? They're gonna start yelling at you. Then you're really going to be scared as hell. Like, oh, I messed up. It's not that hard. And so I was an element leader, so there's plenty of jobs you can do. I'll tell you some of the easiest ones. Fire monitor, that's simple as hell. Like, all you're doing is so whenever you're in flight formation at chow, you have the chow runners. They're gonna come out. I'll tell you what they are in a second. You probably don't want that job, but the chow runners will come out and they're like, flight. I was 239. Flight 239. Prepare to enter the dining facility from the south side. Then we say our chant, right? And then they'll be like, flight, tense hut, go to attention. All key personnel, fall out, fall in. So you fall out the flight, then you fall into an element. They'll decide what element it is, right? So they're usually the fourth element for the most part. So flight, or all key personnel, fall out, fall in, followed by the fourth element. So these are going to be your dorm chief, your water monitors, and your fire monitors. Your fire monitors go first in line. And then your water monitors, and then your dorm chief. So the fire monitor is pretty simple. All you do is hold the door open whenever you can have one that's facing the flight that can see the line to allow the people to come in, and then one's just gonna hold the other door. He just stands there. That's an easy job. Probably the easiest job in BMT. So you just open the door, let him in and then shut it. And then you got the one that faces the flight, and he just goes, "Second element, prepare to enter the dining facility from the south side." Whatever side you're on, east side, west side, it don't matter. North side, whatever side you're on, he'll call it. And then you'll say your chant, and then the element leader in the front, I was second element, so here's me. "Second element, prepare to," or no, I lied. As I was, I'm gonna say, "Second element, forward, march, hut, 2, 3, 4, hut, 2, 3," and then hit my facing movement, my flank, and head into the dive facility. So, but your dorm chief, he's gonna be, the reason why he's the third one is when you walk in, there's gonna be a 3 wide, you stand 3 wide at a desk, right? So there's gonna be the person against the wall. Whenever you sign the paper, so you sign your name, your squadron, and then your flight. You're gonna sign that, and then the person on the wall, whenever everyone puts the pen down, for whatever you are, I was a wolf, so I'm standing there at the wall. "Wolves, post!" While their face movement will walk and then cut in. So the dorm chief is always on the end, because whenever he walks down the line, there should be, unless there's nobody here, another dorm chief standing there at the very end by the line. He'll be standing at ease, right? And then your dorm chief will go up, walk up to him. "Dorm chief Tench Hut, you are relieved of your duty. Enjoy your meal." So then they'll go through the line, and then this dorm chief will go up, do an about face, go to the ease, and you're the one that calls how many of you guys go into the line. Like, you watch the line to your left or right, depending on what side you're on. "3 wolves, post!" Boom, send your wolves in. "3 wolves, feast!" Send your wolves in. I was a dorm chief at one point, that's why I know this. Then you have a special table that the dorm chief sits at. There'll be a little placard on the table, they'll say dorm chief. It's pretty simple. So, and another thing, whenever you go to the table, you probably heard this. You probably heard this from someone that was an OG that went in 20 years ago. It's a little different now. Before, they used to say, which this was true, I heard from other MTIs that went in, you all stand at attention by your table until all 4 people get to the table. Stand at attention, and then go to ease. You can sit down. Apparently, if the first person in that line, gets up, everybody's got to leave. It's not like that anymore. You have 10 minutes to eat, so you're going to have your chow runner, which, there's as much space as I have, but they'll stand there like this, right? So people are going to be coming from front of me, going this way, right? So they just stand here, one arm back like this arm like this, and it's like 90 degrees like this. And what they're going to do is tell you where to sit. "Front, sir. Back, sir." And if they say back, go behind them. They say front, go in front. You're going to walk to the end. You're going to place your tray down. Stay at attention for 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3. At ease. Pull your chair, sit down. If you're wearing ECWW, it comes off. If you're wearing your trench coat, it comes off, depending on if you have your blues or not. But that's how really the chow works. And then you're going to get up. You don't do any facing movements with a tray. Don't do that. I see too many people do that. They get yelled at. Take your tray when you get up. Drink both of your waters or your juices. Flip them upside down. And then you walk to the wall. Same aisle you came down. Walk around. Then you go around to your trash cans. You'll see other people doing it. Just pay attention to how things are being done. And that's pretty much it for chow. You'll detail. So details when you got 2 people, 2 to 4, and you will be, the way that it works is tallest in the front, from right to left, and then shorter in the back, right to left. And usually the person in the back right calls cadence. So detail Tench Hut, detail forward, heart, hut, 2, 3, 4. They'll call them half left, heart, column left, heart, whatever they're calling. They'll call cadence and detail, halt, step, stop. That's when you gotta remember. They'll tell you that a lot. Detail, halt, step, stop. You get good at that. But that's pretty much it for chow. Trying to think of what else you got going on. But yeah, you have, like I said, the chow runner job. Chow runner job, I never had to do it because I was an element leader. But that job, I wouldn't want to do it. The only time I wouldn't mind doing it is on Sunday, because you only have one MTI. It could be a captain, It could be officer or it could be MTI sitting at the table, and you just walk up to them, and this is pretty much how it goes. I'm not gonna do any facial moves. When you walk up to them, you kind of do short, choppy steps, center yourself at the table. So let me see where the center of my phone is, about right here. You don't look at them. You look forward. They'll say report. You look down at them and say, so I'm gonna use my last name, right? Sir, training lane, or it could be ma'am. Sir or ma'am, training lane reports is ordered. Well, you had to wait for them to say report. So, sir, training lane reports is ordered. Sir, flight 239 is prepared to enter the dining facility from the south side. Wait for them to say. They might look at the list. They might say follow this flight. They might say bring them in and seat them. They might just say bring them in. Whatever they say, repeat it exactly like they said. That's the most important thing. So they say bring them in and seat them. Bring them in and seat them. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Look up. Break eye contact. Look up. Pout face. And leave. If they say hurry up and bring them in and seat them, you say exactly that. So they'll say hurry up and bring them in and seat them. Hurry up and bring them in and seat them. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Pout face. Leave. And then you go in. That's what you do. That's what the chow runners will say. Prepare to enter the dining facility from the south side. All key personnel follow in, followed by the fourth element. Then they will go back in. And then this is where the second chow runner, if they didn't say bring them in and see them, if they just said bring them in, the second chow runner is going to go back and he'll be like, blah, blah, blah. The first member of Flight 239 has entered the dining facility from the south side. And then they'll probably say, seat them. But seat them, yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Look up, break eye contact, about face, get out of there. So, chow runner, I don't recommend doing it. Especially when you're right there, like your first time, you're gonna be nervous as hell. Cause then you gotta look at each other. You see people look at each other up and down, making sure there's no laces hanging out their boots. Their buttons are pocketed. You can't see your cover in your pocket. There's a lot of things that come into play. Cause they'll be like, oh, your shirt's not tucked in right. Get out of my face, leave. They'll kick you out, and then your flight's still waiting to come in. So you're basically controlling your flight to come in. If you don't get it right, your flight's gonna be standing out there, and you have this next flight coming in that's on schedule. They're getting pissed off. So the best thing you do is learn your reporting statement, get comfortable with it, get comfortable listening, you'll be fine. But for an element leader, we're the front four. So we're in the front. You have first element leader, second element, third element, fourth leader. Then you have your guidon bear, which is gonna be the front right. I ain't gonna be no guidon bear because they got a pretty important job. Mine is just simply listening to commands. And when you get under the atrium, if you're an element leader, good luck. Especially if you're practicing, not really parade, but if you're practicing retreat, which is a coin ceremony. There's so many flights calling cadence. I'll be walking in there, and then my MTI will be like counter hearts. I don't hear what they're saying, and then you got the person next to me, counter, because I was second element, so I'm the first one to make that move. So I'm like, what did she say? I heard the hearts. I'm like, what did she say? Then I got them yelling at me, counter. For me, second element counter is the whole flight basically turns 180. So I'm gonna make the first move. I take a right flank, then another right flank, and I go between the elements, and it kind of goes around like this, around like that. We all turn 180 degrees pretty much. The hell was that? The refrigerator making weird noises. When you learn all this crap, the best thing you do is not break timelines if you don't want to get smoked the most. And another thing is hold your guys accountable, because one person makes a mistake, you are all getting smoked for it. I can't express that enough. One person makes a mistake, you're all getting smoked for it. This is what the Air Force teaches you. If you think you're going to go into the Air Force and be an individual, people are going to hate you. They're going to hold you accountable. They're going to be yelling at you. Like, we had one guy that just thought he could take as long showers he wanted to. And at the end of everything, he got better. Like, he also ended up with the LOC. You'll find out what that is in BMT eventually. But he ended up with the LOC. So he got better because he was on his last leg. Like, he was about to get recycled. So recycled is like, if you're in the 5th week, you can get recycled back to like the 3rd week. A lot of people get recycled for PT. I didn't have a problem with that. But just don't get recycled. Don't make the same mistake twice. You have what's called progress checks. Make sure your locker's good. Find out who's good at this. A lot of people do trades. Hey, if you roll my socks, I'll give you a protein bar, 2 protein bars, because you get a protein bar every night at dinner chow. And you get the blueberry ones, you got the peanut butter ones. Peanut butter ones are probably the best ones. Nobody really likes the blueberry ones. Some people do, they're kind of weird, but everybody likes the peanut butter ones, right? So, especially if you get a waiver that says you can have 2. If you got a low BMI waiver, meaning you're light, you don't weigh much, they want you to eat more. You have more time to eat. You will eat at a table like where all the people with crutches eat. You eat at that table if you're on a low BMI waiver. That's like right in front of where you walk out of the chow hall. But if you have a low BMI waiver, you can get a lot of things. But hey, I'll give you both protein bars if you roll on my shirts. Or a lot of people trade protein bars for EC shifts as well. Another thing you can do at dinner chow is you can take a banana with you. Like, put it in your pocket. You write your laundry mark, which is going to be your initial or your last name initial, then your last 4 of your social. So mine was L3403. So that's kind of how you do your laundry. I ain't gonna go into too many details on that, but write your laundry mark on your banana, apple, whatever fruit you decide to take. You can't take everything. Don't take the raisins, you'll get in trouble. But take a fruit, banana, apple, orange maybe. I've never seen anyone take an orange, but you could probably take one if it's a full orange. But if you take a protein bar too, if you get a protein bar, don't get caught. You're not supposed to have both. At the end, we have what's called amnesty hour, and that's like we were in line for graduation, like we were in the flight form, just waiting to graduate. And we had amnesty hour where we basically tell MTI everything we was doing behind their backs. So somebody told them, yeah, you should take a protein bar and a banana. She was like, I don't care. So every MTI is gonna be different. So basically, learn your MTI. And like I said, I don't know if I said this earlier, I might not have. Don't be afraid of your MTI. Your MTI is your biggest asset. They know everything that's going on. So if you lose your memory work or you lose your whole mandatory items bag, which you keep that in your left cargo pocket, ask them for it. Don't get caught out there and then boom, they want to pull a 341 on you for doing something. You're like, oh, I don't have my mandatory items with me. You're in trouble. Or you say, I lost it. You're in trouble. You won't be in trouble if you ask them. They'll give you 341s. They'll give you memory work. You just have to write up a new money list, because that's another thing that's supposed to be in your mandatory items. Those 3 things: money list, mandatory items, money list, 341s, and memory work. Another thing is if you have an appointment that day or the day after, you have an appointment slip. It looks like a 341, but it's an appointment slip. You'll have that in your memory work. Your mandatory items pocket. That's another thing is you'll learn how to go in the CQ, to check in and check out. So you'll learn it. You have to do facial movements in there. So you walk in and there'll be doors open, right? Walk in. If there's a door, whatever, right, left, whatever wall you're walking on, it's open. You stop at that door, peek your head in, look, make sure there's no one there. Keep walking. Facing movements. Walk up to CQ. And then boom, you'll do your short choppy steps, center yourself. Boom, 1 bump on the desk, stand their attention. Do not say anything until they tell you to report, or they acknowledge you at least. And be like, sir, train lane reports is ordered. We're talking about move them. Sir, train lane reports is ordered. I have permission to read at this time. They'll be like, okay. Adjust and hand me your appointment slip. That's where you can go. Pull out your bag, give it to them. Boom, they'll do whatever on their computer. They're gonna hand it back to you. Call me when you get there, and then call every 90 minutes after you get there. So you call them, tell them you got there safely. They'll say call every 90 minutes. So then you look at your watch. You're not gonna have a phone. You go look at your watch. Okay, 90 minutes from now is this time. So another perk I will tell you, not everybody gets this perk. My job is EOD. So in basic training, EOD should have an open security clearance. So you have a top secret security clearance you're going in for. You get your phone for like 2.5 hours starting week 2 or 3, I believe. Week 1, like they will prioritize like people week 4, 5, 6. So if you're like week 1 or 2, you might not get that much time in the it's called sensitive skills. So that's where you're going to be doing your security clearance on the computer. So basically, you're able to call people, call your neighbor, get their information, because that's going to go on your security clearance information. I'm not going to go into too many details, but once a week, you will get like 2.5 hours on your phone. So don't get caught doing some stupid stuff, but you can text somebody real quick, tell your mom you love them. They'll let you do stuff like that, but just stay on track. And then there's an iPad. The best, if you do have this, best thing to do is walk around, find the iPad that the keyboard works. It sucks when the keyboard doesn't work. And then there'll be a binder, follow the binder to a T. You know, they'll bitch at you if you don't, because they tell you straight up, follow the binder. But anyway, there's a lot of things to BMT. I mean, I really can't go over everything, you know, but one thing I had to learn myself when it came to marching, doing drill, clear your mind. Like, don't anticipate the commands they're going to give, because that will mess you up. Like, for the most part, it's easy for everybody behind me, because I'm an element leader. So if we're doing a column left, column half left, all they have to do is just hope that I make the right movement. All four of us make the right movement, and the rest of the line is just following us. But some movements, like to the rear, left flank, right flank, everybody has to do the exact same time. So they're like left flank, arch, the whole line goes, and then the whole line moves sideways. Or right flank, same thing. Or to the rear is the whole, everyone does basically an about face while walking. So to the rear, and this is one thing you're gonna learn whenever you're marching, inline pivot, do it. 12-24, left, right, left. So what 12-24 is first you take a 12-inch step, then a 24-inch step. So your MTI is gonna be inline pivot, 12-24, left, right, left. You're gonna have that shit stuck in your head after BMT, I promise you. But it's pretty simple. In our out here at Shepherd Air Force Base, where I'm at now, we still march, sometimes in flight, but when we're walking around by ourselves, we have to march Monday through Friday, not on the weekends. But you'll get better at marching if you want. You can look up how to do the about face. The face movements you're going to want to learn is left face, right face, about face, and then your face movement is going to be left flank, right flank, and that's pretty much it right there for your facing movements whenever you're walking, right? So your left face, right face is at a stop. I wish I could show you my feet, but you'll learn that in the about face. You make sure, here's one thing I'm gonna tell you right now. Your left leg, do not bend it. What they teach you to do is lean on your left leg over. Your right leg's gonna come off the ground, but you can't see it right now, but that's what I'm doing. Take that foot back, and you'll eventually learn how far to move your foot back behind you, where it's a perfect position to execute in a perfect about face. What time is it? I gotta hit the church. But you'll learn all that, left flank, right flank. If you learn all this before BMT, you're gonna look great. But then you probably will become an element leader, or you will become a guy out there. So if you don't want to be in the front, by all means, don't learn this stuff. But if you want to be a leader, do it. Element leaders is great. A lot of people are like, oh, you don't want to be in the front of the line. If you're good, do it. If you're confident, do it. But if you want to be an individual, good luck. You can be in the flight, you know, do what you want to do. But that's pretty much the basics of basic training. Simply just listen to what your MTI is telling you. Do what they tell you to do. Hold other people accountable that want to be an individual, because it's going to come back on you. Eventually people will start snitching. I'll say this. People will start getting mad at each other. Attitude's going to come out. People are going to be arguing, especially because all these guys usually 18, 19 are young. They're getting pissed off. You know, I think it's pointless. You know, people are going to call someone else out. Someone's going to call somebody else out for what they're doing wrong, and that person's going to get pissed off. And the main reason why people get pissed off is because the person that's calling them out, that person that's being called out has seen the person calling the person out doing the same thing that they're being called out for. Oh, you're calling me out for talking. I just saw you talking over here with this group. Just don't be that guy getting caught lacking. If you're going to call somebody out, practice what you preach. Don't be that individual that's yelling at somebody else for talking at a different time and you were just talking. You know what I'm saying? Like talking loud or joking around. That's the best way to put it. Hold yourself accountable first, then hold your wingman accountable, and you should be fine. Y'all have to talk things out. Just talk things out. That's the best thing you can do. You'll miscommunicate, stuff will happen. After that, simply just talk it out. You should be fine.